How I acquired 250 plus locomotives, HO scale locomotives. I've been collecting for 25 years. I didn't get on the internet until 2013, and when I discovered eBay, oh my gosh, I really expanded my collection. I was buying from my local hobby store because I was buying, he sold a lot of used stuff, used track, locomotives, and rolling stock. And before I got on the internet, I used to buy stuff from him. I bought a lot of locomotives for me and my son. A third of the locomotives belonged to my son. He's CP. So here's an example, $140, $135 for a SD90 back in, I don't know, 2011 or so. And I'm working on getting wiring harnesses in these locomotives, and I have 6 more to go. I've been building my own wiring harnesses from parts available on eBay. But anyway, I only have 3 locomotives with sound. That's the whole trick there, is to not waste your money on sound and spend time on eBay early in the morning to see anything that's been put on. Buy it now. Why do you guys bid on something that has 6 days to go? You want to jump right on it and bid on it. That doesn't make any sense to me. I've got a lot of locomotives here that I've bought for under 50 bucks. Some of them even had decoders. Okay, this one right here, I know this one was under 50 bucks and it had the decoder in it. And I had to change the number. I carefully changed the number on one of my locos to get that one to fit on the roster. But I won't buy a locomotive over 100 bucks unless it's something very, very rare. Like this one right here, Atlas B30-7. I spent $125 on that, turned it into a B unit, a BN B30-7A. That's probably worth over $300, $400 maybe, depending on when you try to sell it. Okay, so that's a rare situation. I bought that last September, almost 6 months ago, and I haven't seen one on eBay since. Okay, and then Proto 2000s. I've got every BN Proto 2000. Sometimes you have to pay a little more for them than what you normally would, but they're not being made anymore. And the Kato quit making HO scale locomotives. I don't know why. They're sticking with N scale. I don't do N scale. And I buy a lot of Caslo. Years ago, before Rapido and Bowser and Intermountain started making a lot of these Canadian locomotives, I bought Caslo cabs and shells. Okay, so those are pretty rare now to see those. Nobody's buying them anymore. Nobody has the skill to make stuff. They're just buying the locomotive already made. Here's a Caslo cab on a Kato-9. And here's a Kato SD40-2 I made. See, there's locomotives all over. And there's an Athearn Genesis that I cut the nose on because I bought one that didn't have that made already, or wasn't manufactured that way. And so I'm so sad to see Montana Rail Link end their lease with BNSF. Sometimes you get a deal on eBay. This guy, I'm working on this one. The guy painted everything black down below, and it's not supposed to be black. It's just supposed to be light gray and dirty, so I got to clean the trucks. But other than that, I didn't spend a lot of money on that one. And I have a very complete roster of BNSF for 2005. And this is these locomotives are on the roster even though they don't have chassis. This one isn't. It doesn't have a number on it. Anything that has a number here is on a roster. There's what? 5, 7, 9. Well, this one is on a roster. It's 3010. But anyway, it's hard to get chassis for locomotives, especially during the winter. Well, a lot of people buying stuff. You got to be really quick. If it shows up on eBay, you have to be there to get it before somebody else buys it. And I like a lot of the Proto 2000s, the older ones. I've made a lot of custom locos with those. Model Rail Power Products, the cheap shells. See, this is a cheap one. I didn't spend a lot of money on it. It's got a Kato chassis, so it runs good. Here's my CSX stuff. Sometimes you can find one that's already painted custom loco on eBay for a good price. And then there's more locos here. Over there, those Kato GP35s. And there's a whole bunch of locos down here. There's my storage track. And then, I don't know if I showed you these. Another Caslo cab on a Kato -9. Here's Proto 2000s. I've got all the BNSF Proto 2000s. I'm not really into the new manufactured ones. I see Athearn's making SD60s, and so's Walthers. I'm not really into those. I like the older stuff. I know they're better quality. And here's some more of my son's CP stuff. I'm getting ready to make a cab ride video. I'm working on doing that pretty soon. Here's some more Montana Rail Link customs. Okay, so don't waste your money on sound. Don't waste your time bidding on a locomotive. Look early in the morning for something that's buy it now. Trains on eBay, he has a lot of good deals occasionally. I've bought some for around 70 bucks. So that's the secret. Don't waste your money on just a few single locomotives. I like Katos that I used to get for 50 bucks a few years ago. Now they're harder to find, but I can still get them for 70. But that's how I've got so many locomotives. I didn't spend a lot of money on each one. Okay, thank you.